Hey, what is up, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I'm back for another TMNT Rant Rave review for this week's episode entitled Return to New York. And let me just start off by saying, when they said that it was going to be a new chapter, they were advertising this like it was a new season. This is a new arc. This is a whole new, a whole new start for this part of the season, and they were right from the beginning. The opening sequence was totally different, a little more action packed. You get the turtles in their mystic turtle garb and everything, and it was great. Like, the opening was great. I have to say that the animation for that was great. All the stuff that they put into it, I'm like, okay, little Easter eggs here and there. Leatherhead jumping on top of cars, the freaking turtle van, the party wagon. And for those of you complaining that the party wagon wasn't in this, now you got the party wagon, and we also got an Easter egg from the next mutation. The next mutation. The series that everybody that I know of my age does not either like or says it's okay, but it's not the best, blah blah blah. We got a reference from that show. How many other references and or Easter eggs can they put in this one show? I don't know. I'm just gonna keep watching and find out, see if I can point them all out. But anyway, let's get to the review. So after they build the party wagon, they head back to New York. New York is being taken over by the Krang. You have some people that were mutated, others that were taken over by just the mind control units, and it was like the rest of the city looks really empty. And you got April using her telekinetic powers to figure out where people are. We get to the subway. They find Splinter. Splinter is a rat. Like, it is, like we saw in the last episode, his spirit is separated from his body. So right now, his only instinct is to survive, eat everything that he sees, act like a giant rat. He doesn't have his human nature is gone, and that was kind of scary because he just starts attacking everybody. You know what I mean? Like a psycho, but but it's the rat instincts that just get him. And at least he's still alive. We know he's still alive. April tries to help him out. They all get back to the lair. All get shot at by this security what security droid, I'm gonna say, and all it's doing is going after a mouse. I'm like, okay, that's a little extreme, but you know what? It's welcomed here. And on the flip side, you got Shredder, who is still looking for Karai. Everyone's out looking for Karai, and Tiger Claw kind of questions, why are you still trusting the Krang? They have the entire city under their whim. Are you going to wait until they take over the rest of the world? He's like, I know what they're doing. I know exactly what their plan is. When the time is right, we'll attack them. But for now, search for my daughter. Okay, so at least he cares. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's the main villain. He's the mastermind. He's the big dog. But he does care in a weird way. And okay, so when they capture, when the Foot Clan captures Splinter and brings him back to Shredder, Baxter Stockman is tasked with trying to bring him back. We're trying to bring his mind back because Shredder doesn't want to defeat him as just a rat. He wants to defeat him as a man. So I can understand that he has honor as a fighter. I get it. Okay. So one thing I noticed is this orb floating atop the ceiling, and it has what looks to be the DNA of all these types of animals. And Baxter is trying to figure out an anti-mutagen, a retro-mutagen, to reverse the effects of the mutations. And I see these animals and I'm like, okay, I know what's coming next. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't figured it out, we know what's coming next. And they are totally experimenting with different types of animal DNA, much like what happened to Karai, but only this time in a more, well, they're thinking smarter. I don't know what that what that orb is, but we can tell it's it's going to be trouble in the very, very near future. Okay, so the idea of this episode the idea of this episode was, it was dark, it was funny. Right, Michelangelo, he misses home. He's like, I miss my VHS tapes. I miss my my Unicorn Man action figure. I miss my collection of human underwear. What is his obsession with human underwear? We saw it. A season ago that he has underwear in there, and it's even referenced, if you remember, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. He's got shorts, like human shorts and all this stuff. Like, why are you collecting this stuff? You're a turtle. You don't need to wear clothes. You're naked most of the time. It doesn't matter, But I just find it really funny. And the whole idea of those mutants, those Shredder mutants, I hope we get to see them again. I know that was a direct reference to the 2003 Return to New York episodes, and oh my god, those things are really well animated. And when Splinter gets his mind back and just goes to town on those guys and just, oh man, this was a great follow-up to the last episode. This does feel like This just feels like a whole nother season. The rest of the stuff that happened, they matter, but they felt a little slow, and they felt like filler after a while. But it all led up to this. Now let's see what happens when the next two people to get mutated, and we all pretty much know who they are by now. And if they're not who I think they are, I'll be really surprised, but I'll actually be really happy. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong. But let me know what you guys think of this episode. What do you think is going to happen next? Are you excited about to see where where the rest of this is going? What do you think of those Shredder mutants? You want to see more? You want to see more of those? Comment below. Let me know. And if you want to check out more of my reviews and more TMNT news on this channel, don't forget to rate, subscribe, comment, and also check out the TMNT playlist. And with that, I bid you peace, love, and never be normal.